My coverage of CES 2015 is made possible by Fractal Design and WD. To learn more about their products and to say thank you for supporting Paul's Hardware, go ahead and click on the sponsor links in this video's description.
Excellent!
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Paul's Hardware coverage of CES 2015. Wow, my voice is just cutting out. What's up, guys, and welcome to Paul's Hardware coverage of CES 2015. I have to start out by apologizing because my voice just decided to go out the window last night. But I'm going to press on anyway, so if you can deal with my voice, I'm going to visit quite a few places today. Since this video is covering a lot of that content, I'm going to put some shortcuts right over here, so you can click on those to jump to the specific thing you want to see. I, however, need to get on the road and start checking out some of the awesome stuff on display here at CES. We're visiting Kingston. They have 3 new products here I'm going to show you real quick. First off is a 64 gig micro SD flash card. Now the cool thing about this is it's faster, so 90 megabytes per second reads and 80 megabytes per second writes. So if you're shooting 4K, that's fantastic. It's also got some more durability built into it, so it's like X-ray proof and shock proof and stuff like that. So if you have like one of the new GoPros that shoots in 4K or something like that and you need sturdy, high capacity storage, this is going to be a great option for you. All right, next up we have this little guy. It's a data traveler, so basically this is going to give you security for your data via hardware encryption. It's also got some cloud services built in, so you can have this plugged into your computer at home and use internet services to access the data on it, and it will also lock out your data if unauthorized access is attempted a bunch of times, so that's really cool for security. We also have the new HyperX Cloud 2 headset. Now we talk down on a lot of headsets here now that we've become audiophiles, but the HyperX Cloud is one that consistently gets really good reviews. They've done some updates to it. They have some new colors available. Right now we're looking at a gray, and we also have a reddish, sort of darker red version here. They have 7.1 sound that's now integrated via this little hardware controller, so you can plug that into your system, and you got an inline controller for it as well. They've also added some additional padding, and if you're liking these headsets, later this year, towards the summer, they're going to come out with a white version of this with pink trim for the ladies out there, or perhaps Linus. Now, the Kingston product that I'm probably most excited about is this HyperX Predator, which is an M.2 SSD. It's PCI Gen 3. It'll do 1400 megabytes per second reads and 1000 megabytes per second writes. This thing is amazing. They're planning to launch it, I think, within the next couple months. It's going to be available as a standalone, just the little SSD itself. It's got a black PCB, so if it's visible in your system, it's going to look a lot nicer. It's also available with the PCIe riser card, so you can drop it in if you want to. Kingston's also refreshing their HyperX SSD line. They now have these Savage SSDs. They're going with a Phison controller now. By the way, the controller on the Predator is Marvell Alta Plus. They have a Phison A10 controller though for the HyperX Savage, so they moved away from SandForce, which I kind of like, which means it's going to give you better compressible read and write performance. And if you're wondering about the performance of the new Savage drive, it's this red line right here, and as you can see, it's right there in line with all the competing drives, at least in AS SSD. If you're wondering about the performance of the Predator, right there, available in 480 gig capacity, wow, 1556. That is a monster score for AS SSD for storage. I am now at the Gigabyte area, and I just have a couple things to share with you guys, because Gigabyte has a lot of products, but most of them you might have already heard of, but this is new. This is the X99 SoC Champion. Now, honestly, this motherboard is not for everyone. It's designed for overclocking, which means that Gigabyte does things with it to make sure that it's going to be really good at overclocking, but it also means they don't necessarily throw all of the extra features into it that they do with other boards. So you might notice there's only 4 DDR4 DIMM slots, and they move them closer to the socket to provide a little bit less latency for overclocking and hitting records. They've already gotten some memory speed records with, I believe, Corsair, Kingston, and G-Skill on this board. They also have extra space as a result, so they can add more heat sinks here to cool the VRMs, and that's always important for overclocking. You got all the requisite OC stuff over here, like voltage read points and things that you can switch on and off. A cool feature I like is this switch right here, which you can use to switch off or on the extra pins that are in the socket, which Gigabyte has built into this board. It's not part of the Intel spec, but you can do that, and I like the option to switch that on or off. So this is really made for high-end overclockers and for stuff like exotic cooling and liquid nitrogen and that sort of thing, which is why it's really not made for everyone. But if you want an orange board, maybe try out the SoC Force. That's also an OC board, but it's got a bit more extra features. If you're really just going for world record overclocks, check out the SoC Champion. I think it's available very soon. We don't have a date yet. We also have a new Gigabyte Bricks unit. This one right here, this is Broadwell Bricks. So it's the new Broadwell integrated CPU from Intel. This one is the i7-5500U. It's really cool to see as Intel makes their CPUs more and more power efficient, how small Gigabyte is able to make these units. This one has some add-ons like NFC on the top, at least on the i7 version. And then it's also going to be more powerful, and it should generate less heat due to the Broadwell architecture with the new CPUs. So check out the Gigabyte Bricks S. Gigabyte continuing their line of ultra-compact computers in the Bricks series, which are they're very popular. Now, Gigabyte has a ton of other stuff on display here, like their Water Force, which is a 3-way 980 SLI configuration that comes with water cooling stuff integrated. Check out Jay's video on that. He did a great job. But I wanted to show you guys this system. If you guys don't remember, at Computex this year, we lost a very dear friend from Enermax. Her name was Elaine. This is her dedication system. This is the Elaine Sue edition, a collaboration between Enermax and Gigabyte. Really, really nice system in there. Just really well done. But still kind of brings a tear to my eye because Elaine was so awesome as a rep when we worked with her. We missed her a lot. So Elaine, we miss you, but it's great to see this tribute to you here at CES 2015. Hey guys, we're at the Zotac suite up at Caesar's Palace now, and they have, among other things, some pretty epic case mods that have been done by BS Mods. Really, just look at the reservoir on this one right here. Absolutely insane. Really cool textured liquid that they have going in there, and the liquid cooling system too, which is really nice. They got this other Zotac one, which I believe was originally a thermal take case that they modded and put one of their graphics cards up on top, which looks pretty. Maybe not so practical, but a pretty cool mod nonetheless. We also have, of course, all the Zotac graphics cards that you may have seen in the past months. They do some pretty nice GTX 970 and 980s, but I wanted to focus a little bit on this guy right over here. This is the GTX 970 AMP Extreme Core Edition, and basically Zotac they've gone back and switched back to the NVIDIA reference PCB, which is cool because it means if you wanted to liquid cool this card, it would make it much more compatible with a wide array of water blocks. They've gone with a 3-fan solution on the front, which is going to help with cooling. They've modified the cooling solution inside and the heat sinks that are set up, so it's faster, it's thinner, and it's quieter. Over here by the window we have a couple more products. Zotac asked us to ask you guys about this GTX 970, a little single fan edition of a 970, and as you can see, it's got a plastic shroud, no backplate, but very small, only one 6-pin power connector. Is this something that you guys would be interested in? If so, let us know in the comments, because this is something that they aren't selling now, but they're considering. And then we also have the 970 AMP Omega. This is another new one. The AMP Omega edition is basically going to be towards the high end of Zotac's offering. It's overclocked, so it's got 7,010 megahertz memory clock and 1,152 megahertz base. This will boost up to 1304 right out of the box. And for all of their high-end cards, for the 970s and 980s, Zotac goes with all metal shrouds, which is a sort of a subdued look with the gray finish, but it's going to blend in really nicely with a lot of systems. And they've also been adding backplates to pretty much all of the 970s and 980s they sell, which is a really nice feature. And lastly, we have more case mods. There's the skeleton one over there that Logan was having a good time with earlier. These are all variations of Zotac's Z-Box, which is a very small computer that you guys might have heard of before. They have a lot of different versions of it, but they're trying to change up the look. So they've asked some modders to build some prospective designs that they have on file here. So if you're interested, go over to the Zotac Facebook page. You can vote on which one you like the best, and you can win some really cool prizes, including a Zotac GTX 980, which is an excellent prize. We're stopping by the Inwin booth because they have, of course, the S-frame, which you have probably already seen before. They have it in a gold trim, which is pretty cool, as you can see, and they've got a really nice water-cooled system going on in there, which I like. But they have a new case over here, kind of based on the same concept. So this is what is known as the S-Box, rather than the S-frame. You might notice it's kind of got the same concept in that it's one large piece of aluminum that goes all the way around the top and that's bent into the shape of an S. But this one has a much more closed design than the S-frame, versus the S box. Pretty standard, but tempered glass panel here on the side still. You have drive, cage, and storage area over here on the other side, and you can remove these panels to access those. 5 1/4 inch bays. I/O is up on the top, and this one, of course, is in red and black finish. Now, InWin has asked me to ask you guys what you think of this case, because it's not in full production yet. But also, if you're interested in it, how much do you think this case will be worth? Bear in mind that bending aluminum is very difficult, so keep that in mind. But how much would you pay for a case like this? And does this design interest you? Because I know I like the all-metal designs from InWin, but practically speaking, they're not always the best. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments. And as always, at least in these videos, forgive how terrible my voice is. All right, everyone, thank you for viewing Paul's Hardware's sweet and seductive edition of CES 2015 coverage. Again, sorry about my voice. I'm going to rest it tonight. Tomorrow it should be better, I hope. But don't forget to click that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll see you all very soon. Well, so many blue. So bad.